This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the StellaR podcast. I'm your host, Stella Atwood. This is mom producer, Meredith Atwood. And on today's episode, we have 2 times CrossFit Games athlete, Tayah Bebzuck Marom.
Yay, you did it.
Hello.
Yeah, you're officially a 2 times Games athlete now.
I know, got the email like 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
so.
Very exciting. I did too.
Yes.
So how are you feeling about that? I mean, are you excited when you got the email?
Oh, so excited. I think 2 weeks ago when we finished semis, it was great. Like, the leaderboard is like, oh yeah, but then there's like that slight feeling of you're just like, you can't fully celebrate. So I think getting the official emails, you're like, you're good. We did it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, having to wait 2 weeks for that leaderboard to finalize was pretty rough for sure.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to most about competing again at the CrossFit Games for your second year?
I think just gaining more experience. Last year, it was the CrossFit Games was my first ever competition, and so I didn't have much experience. But
Wait. I need to time out. What? The CrossFit Games was your first in-person competition?
yeah, I actually only started CrossFit that November, so I had been doing it for less than a year.
What?
That's
oh my gosh.
crazy.
Okay, carry on. I'm going to sit over here shocked. I'll be back.
I'm like the opposite of Stella. I didn't even make a goal before it happened, so
Wow.
yeah. But
Okay.
I'm just excited to get more experience because when I went to Wadapalooza after that, the competition was totally different. You know, I had already known how to strategize and build a plan, and I knew how to handle the stress of competing. So I'm just excited to get more of that experience. And the games is the best of the best. So I'm excited to just compete with the highest level of girls.
Wow. So let's go back to you starting in November of 2022? So
Yep.
what was your past sports experience? Because that had to help you go to the games in 2023.
Yes. Well, I did gymnastics from when I was 7, 8, and I did that for 4 years, 2 years really competitively. And when I quit gymnastics, I did a year of cheer, and then I got bored and started doing Olympic weightlifting. And I competed nationally in weightlifting for a year and a half. So then when I started CrossFit, I was an ex-gymnast, an ex-Olympic weightlifter, and it was just put it together type of thing.
Yeah, well, that definitely helps. But that's crazy that you made it in 2023. That's insane.
So I have a question. Okay, so Olympic weightlifting, gymnastics, what was it like? Where was your conditioning? Talk to me. Did you ever do burpees before starting CrossFit? That kind of box jump overs, that kind of stuff?
The conditioning I did have was because of COVID. When we were locked down and I was in gymnastics, I went on a 5K run every day. And I did at-home workouts with my mom and stuff. So I think because of that, when I came into CrossFit, I was one of the most conditioned girls on my gymnastics team, just because I'm very disciplined. So I was kept it through. But some of the movements, I think it was the rings that got me most off guard, because girls don't do the rings and stuff. But and the machines, I was crap. I'm still a little bit crap at the machines, but yeah, other than that, it was not too bad.
Oh my gosh. I'm still stunned.
I know, I'm a little shocked here.
But it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. You had you had 2 of the major components already, so that's cool.
Yeah. Speaking of machines, let's talk about the first semifinals workout with the 155 snatch at the end. And you finished it and you seemed really excited about it. So talk us through what your thought process was when they released that event, because I know you're very good at gymnastics. So what were you thinking going into that?
Tell us what the workout was.
What was the workout? Okay, 4x 50 cal row, 9 snatches.
Yeah, 9 were at 115.
And
and
then
then 50 cal row, 6 at 135, 50 cal row, 3 at 155.
yeah, time cap 20 minutes.
Yes. Well, when I first saw it, I was like, I knew there was going to be a heavy lift because it's semifinals and I aged up this year. So I was like, something's going to be heavy. I was just like praying that it wasn't going to be like a 1 rep max lift because then I'd be like a little more screwed. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's not that bad because at least it's like mixed in with cardio. So even like the girls who are just really strong and can't like lift when they're tired, like it kind of evens us out because I can like lift relatively heavy while tired. And so I was like okay with it, but I was pretty scared because I'm not the best thrower and I like my max before that was 145. So I was not sure if I was going to get like any of the lifts. I think like my goal was to do the workout and then just like, try getting one. I was like, if I get one, that will be a win. When I talked to Michelle, my coach, she was kind of like, like just be open-minded because you might get to that bar and surprise yourself. And so I did, and I rode like really slow. Like I think at like 800 to 850 for all the 50 calories. Like I could speak while I was rowing. And then when I got to the bar, like it felt like I did my first one and I missed, but in my head, like it wasn't even missed because I was like, I can do it. Like I was like, I just got somewhere in my head, I can do it. So
Yeah, you
it was
just like
awesome.
felt the bar when you got under it and you're like, I can just do this. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Speaking of competition, how do you keep yourself calm before going into a workout? Because certain people have their like ways of keeping themselves calm. Like, do you listen to music? Do you dance the nerves out? What do you do?
I'm working on that. I think my poor parents have to deal with me being like not very nice before like especially the online ones. Like I'm quite mean. I'm like, go do this, like do this, like. But I'd say usually I just like when I warm up, I'm already pretty focused. Like I just kind of don't speak to anyone. I'm kind of in my zone. Like I'm quiet and I'm just like I need this, and then by kind of like taking away all the like room for error, like when the 3, 2, 1 is, I'm like perfectly ready. Like I'm like just focused and. But
How
I
is it
try not
different
to.
from like gymnastics? Like, I mean, because same, right? You have to be kind of on your game mentally at the start of a gymnastics competition too. I mean, is it different? Does it feel different because are you gonna hurt more in CrossFit or?
I think it's a little different because in gymnastics, like you always gear up for like a 2 minute
Yeah, same with
thing.
weightlifting,
And
right? You just got to go do like a 3 second thing. Yeah.
yeah, but then in CrossFit you have like a 20 minutes of burpees, box jumps, and wall balls, and it's like you can't really prepare for that because even if you do when you start, there's gonna be a point where you're like, crap, I don't want to do this anymore, and you have to prepare again to just keep doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So talk to us about your coach. How long has she been coaching you for? Because isn't she Patrick Vellner's coach or is yeah.
yes.
That's pretty cool having her as a coach. Can you talk to us about how you got her?
When I qualified for my first games, so obviously like leading up to that, I was just training with a person from my gym. His name's Glenn, and like he was following like a training program, I think TTT, just a classic like generalized program, and I would just like go with him in the morning before school and train. So when I qualified, like I was like, oh, I should probably get a coach. And so Louise, she was like my gymnastic coach. She had like connections to like DecaComp, which was what Michelle like old company was. And she reached out, and I started working with one of the people from DecaComp, and I worked with them till the end of the first CrossFit Games. But it was good, but it wasn't like a perfect fit for me. And so we reached back out later, and we asked Michelle if she would be willing to coach me, and she said yes. But I was her very first teen athlete. She warned me. She was like, I've never had any teen athletes before, but we'll try making it work. And it's been great so far, so I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, I'm glad. So talk to us about your mindset going into the 2024 season, because you made the jump from the 14 to 15 to the 16 17, and that's a huge jump because the weights like zoom up like that. So how was your mindset going into it? I mean, were you excited? Were you nervous?
I was pretty nervous. I mean, before they announced that it was going to be taken over by the pit and there were going to be 30 of us, like this year was kind of going to be like a transition year because I was like, I have a lot of work to do with strength to be on like the same level as all the girls. So, Mike say once they said it was 30, my expectations got a little bit higher. I was like, okay, like I am good enough at some things that I can get in there, and but I still like overall like now for the games, my expectations are just they're kind of just to like get more experience and have fun because I know I'm not going to win this year, but that's not really my goal. It's kind of still like a transition year for next year, but yeah.
Yeah.
So the lifting, I mean, you did the Olympic weightlifting and then you started CrossFit. Were you naturally strong? Because I mean, like your Instagram is little lifting Tayah. And how tall are you? Are you really little?
I'm like 5'1".
Okay, so
Really?
you are little. So how much stronger have you gotten since you started CrossFit, or were you already strong? Like I don't know. I mean, the fact that you're 5'1" and
Yeah,
you
that's
snatched
crazy.
155. I mean, you are kind of a powerhouse. But how has your strength changed? I mean, you're trying to get stronger, obviously, and especially when you thought this year was going to be kind of a down year. But talk to us a little bit about your strength.
Well, when I started weightlifting, when I quit and started weightlifting, I was 90 pounds, so I was tiny. I was like bone. I mean, I was still really strong because I was 90 pounds, like snatching like 105. So, but um, I'm like 115 pounds and I can snatch 155. So I think I've made like a lot of progress. I started out, I was always strong for my body weight. I was always like the girl who could do push ups, and like gymnastics definitely helped me develop that strength early on. But CrossFit, I think, like especially this past like 2 years, like I've PR'd my lifts by over like 50 pounds from when I started CrossFit. So I think, especially because I've learned to like eat a lot and just like, also, I kind of hit a plateau eventually in weightlifting because I got bored. And I think CrossFit, when I just learned to have fun again, like last year, I started my clean was at like 115 and I did like 165 at the games. And then this year in quarters, I did 165 for like 5 reps. So it's going good. We're getting there.
Wow. Can you talk to us about your family? Like, is your family strong? Like, did your parents do, I don't know, football? Did they do Olympic weightlifting? Genetic wise, how does
Tell
that
us
work?
about these genes.
Tell us about these genes that you have, because you're an absolute monster, bro.
My dad was he had like a more of a rough childhood, so he didn't really. I think he played a little basketball on the streets and stuff, but he wasn't really a sports athlete. He was in the army in Israel. That something, he wore a weight vest. So my mom has always been in like exercise and fitness. Like I think since she was like in her early 20s, she like ran half marathons. Like she's been doing CrossFit for 10 years. She would do HIIT classes. Like I have 4 siblings, so she had 5 kids. And up to like the week of giving birth and right after, she always do some sort of exercise. So
Okay.
she's
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Where are you in the birth order? What number sibling are you?
I'm 3rd, so right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
That's something.
Do any of your siblings do CrossFit?
After the games, my little brother was like so inspired, and he had never like stuck to any sport. Like he was kind of like the couch potato of the family, and he started coming to classes with my mom, and I'm so impressed. Like it's been a few months, and he can do like pull-ups, he can like snatch and stuff. Like the kid used to trip over his feet. So
Oh my gosh. How old is
that's
he?
awesome. He's 9.
Mm.
Future fittest man on earth.
100%. I
Maybe.
see it.
I see it. So how does having like a I assume your family is very supportive of you. How does that help you in training and competition?
I think they just get it. My sister, she's like, at the National Ballet School, so she's like a high level of dance. And so like when I'm really stressed in competitions or like stressed with expectations or how something's gonna go, like I can call her and she like understands. She has evaluations and stuff, and she kind of just understands why I'm nervous. And sometimes it's good to talk to someone who's not just like, oh, you're fine, you got it, like, you know. And I think my mom, I have always from gymnastics like talked to her, and she kind of grows. I think your mom would understand, like grows with you in the sport. Like she used to not really know what things are, and then you like kind of understand how things work. And they always have my back. Like even in the online qualifiers, if I'm stressed, like don't worry, like we know the rules, we read the stuff. Like you just focus on doing you, and we'll focus on the rest. And that's huge. Like I couldn't do that without them.
Yeah. So let's drift off into something else. What is your favorite snack to eat during competition? Because I always like to know, like, if you go from like one workout straight into another, what do you have to put something in your body? What do you eat?
Oh, depends how much time, because I'm not good at eating like right before I work out. But if I have like 3 hours, I would do like rice and some sort of protein, something like that. If I have less time, bananas and peanut butter slaps. Real good. Really good. Go squeeze if you're like right before an event. Oh, it's the bomb. Protein shakes when you're done though. Can't do that in between. Yeah. And then just like Sour Patch Kids. Yeah. Those are how you do it.
Family size bag. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. 100%.
We forgot to talk about this family
Yes,
member.
let's talk about this puppy.
This is Damka. Damka is 3.5 years old.
Aww.
Get that.
I have lots of pictures, but I can't find them now. I'll just randomly pop them up to keep things interesting.
He's a cockapoo.
Oh, never heard of that.
I know. People always say.
Never heard.
It's a cocker spaniel and poodle mix.
Ah, okay, there you go. That's English.
Yes.
I have a cat, so I don't know.
Cat.
She's right there.
Oh, is she still in your room?
No, she left.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Okay. Let's talk about, do you have like a hype song or a hype movie that you watched the night before competition?
Ooh.
What is yours,
I'd say
Stella? Do you
playlist.
have a hype movie?
Yes, I watch the CrossFit documentaries. That gets me hyped.
I thought it was Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, that one's good too.
That's very real. Yeah, I guess. I don't know about a movie, but if someone had like competed before, I'd watch that too because it gets you like ready. I think like Spotify, like if there's like a good playlist, Taylor Swift's pretty good. Like, are you ready for it?
Yep,
Like
for sure.
I could use that. I could listen to that. And honestly, just like I'm not super picky with my music, but any like high energy music, like I like listening to before I go to work out or compete or whatever.
Do you listen to music while you work out, like in your training? Yeah.
Yes.
I know there's this whole theory that like you shouldn't train with music because you don't have it on competition day. But like when I used to do like long distance races, I mean, everyone used to say that because you don't train with music because you can on race day. But man, you don't care on race day, but it sure does make training better to have music.
Someone told me that once. They're like, "Oh, you listen to music? Like, no, you can't do that." But
whatever.
I'm like, I don't want to like. Training's supposed to be fun, you know? And you train every single day. Like, when I'm competing, the last thing I'm thinking about is, like, music. There's people around me. There's adrenaline. But when I'm working out every day, like, I just want to, like, have fun and keep doing it. So, like, a little music isn't going to hurt anymore.
Like, you're not going to have it be silent for 20 minutes of rowing and burpees. No.
Exactly. Like, we have to train at, like, high intensity. So whatever helps us do that. Like, I could go on a run without music. Like, if I want to, like I can, I just choose not to. And maybe before, I don't know, the games, I'll practice doing it, but it just makes it more fun, I think.
Yeah, and you're right. On competition days, like you have people to look at. There's like other hype music going on. Like I will stand by that. Whatever gets you through the training and keeps you from burning out.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. So,
Totally.
like, what does your day look like this summer with CrossFit Games training? Like, what does a normal day look like for you?
Well, I'm in school till end of June.
You're still in
So,
school? Oh,
man, you Americans, I swear to God, I'm messaging all the girls and everyone's done.
Well, it's just the
So-
Southerners. So like the New England Americans are still in school.
Yeah.
But
Are you still in school?
no. I'm in Georgia, man.
we barely go to school anyway.
We barely go to school. We barely go and attend.
We can barely read down here.
Man, I'm so jealous. Everyone's homeschooled, not at school. Anyways, I go to public school, so it's 9 to 3. Well, 9 to 2 because I have a free block this semester. But so usually I'll wake up before school to train, like at 6. And I'll do my first session from like 7 to 9 a.m. Then I will run to school because school starts at 9:10. I'll give myself 10 minutes, like 10 minutes to run. And then after school at 2, I go back to the gym and I'll train from like 2:30 to 5:36. Come home, I will eat dinner, walk my dog, and then it's kind of like if I have any homework, I'll get it in. I'll like watch something with my parents, family, like stretch, downtime, all of that. But after June, when my school is over, I'll probably just do like either one big session or like 2 sessions, and then in between all that, I don't really know what I'll do. Hang out with friends maybe.
How do you handle your nutrition during school? Eating.
It's hard. I hop on and off it, if I'm being honest. Like sometimes I'm on like the meal prep train and I'll like make a bunch of meal prep on Sunday, but I've done it for like so long and by Wednesday the food is disgusting. So it's a little bit hard. Sometimes I usually try just making like food for 3 days and then out making new, but sometimes I then in the middle of the week don't do that and I like just eat 7 bananas a day, which is probably not the best thing to do. But I think I'm gonna get a nutritionist for the next like 3 months before games just to really dial it in because sometimes it's hard. Like sometimes I wish I had someone to just give me some guidance.
Yeah. Banana and peanut butter. 7 of those.
7 bananas.
I've actually done that before. Funny. It's a little bit concerning.
I mean, bananas are good though. Like they're good.
They are, and carbs, sugars,
yeah.
like
it. I wish like there was like protein bananas.
Agreed. Or like
Maybe
protein peanut butter, and then you could put it on the bananas.
Yeah, like if you like, okay, you got the banana. What if you like take the insides out, and there's like some protein stuff that you can put in it, and then it's like a filled banana.
I'd be down for that.
It's not a bad idea.
Let's make it.
Right now, let's go.
The shelf life on that will be difficult.
Yeah, how would that work?
Yeah,
but you're on to something. But you could. That's actually a really good idea with how to like a peanut butter delivery vehicle. Mm-hmm. You scoop out some banana and you put the peanut butter in between and then sandwich it.
Mm-hmm. It's like a sandwich.
Yeah, a banana sandwich.
Protein. It's not a bad idea.
Rocket science over here.
Yes, very, very smart.
You mentioned something about expectations, and we talked with Ty last week, Ty Jenkins, about expectations and goals and that kind of thing. Where do you kind of sit on expectations for yourself? Do you have high expectations? Do you try and, I mean, based on your answer when we got on the podcast that you just showed up to the CrossFit Games, I think that you probably have your expectations in like good order, but do you find yourself setting expectations high? Like, what do you do around that whole topic?
Me, I don't know if it's from gymnastics. I've always had pretty like publicly low expectations. Like for me personally, I've always like expected super highly of myself. Like it will take a lot to make me happy. Like I remember I'd look at my gymnastic videos and there'd be like a good routine, but I could point out like 30 things I didn't like about it, you know? Like I'm my biggest critic. But I also don't like when people have expectations. Like it like I don't know. It's always been something like if people are like, oh yeah, you're gonna make the CrossFit Games this year. I'm like, shh, don't say that. Like I think the first year, so I told my parents, I was like, yeah, my goal is to come 150th in quarterfinals because I just didn't want anyone to like have an expectation. So they were kind of like I came like 10th in the like at the games and they were like totally like unprepared for any of it because like the whole season I was like playing it down. Like I'm like, oh no, like I can't do that. I can't like, you know. But like in my head it's kind of different because in my head I'm like I want to make the games. So if I didn't like I'd be disappointed. But I guess like I feared that I would like disappoint them, which is so funny because they literally couldn't be disappointed. So it's just in my head, but I do have expectations of myself. I just don't. I don't like.
It sounds like
Yeah,
you're very humble too. I mean,
Yeah.
that there's a certain element of like Ty had mentioned that he separates goals and expectations. Like the goal is to win the CrossFit Games always. Like that's always the goal, and then the expectations are adjusted accordingly. But it also sounds like you're just a humble athlete too. Like in your mind, you're like, "Oh, I'm winning this," but then outwardly, you're not a jerk about it.
Yeah. Like don't. It's okay. Like it's fine.
It's fine. All right,
it's fine. But like in my head, oh, if it doesn't happen, it's not okay.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Oh my goodness.
The star.
Yeah.
So cute.
He has lips there.
Oh wow.
That is hilarious.
For his birthday.
Okay, I have a question. So, if you could program your dream workout for the CrossFit Games this year, what movements would be in it?
Pullovers.
No.
Goodbye.
When the pullovers.
Goodbye.
No.
Hear me out. When the pullovers came out, I was like, this is nostalgia right here. Like I hopped on the bar and I did like 20 in a row and I was like, this is it. Pullovers. Also, handstand walking. Or like on the pirouettes, those like pike to handstand things. I've practiced those so much and they're so much fun.
I think Stella just unfriended you.
Bye.
Bye. I think we're a little bit of different athletes, but
funny.
It's okay. I think like the full workout would be the cardio. I like bodyweight cardio, not a machine girl. So like burpee box jump overs, like double unders, and then mixed with like pullovers and handstand walk. Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, like that individual workout they had last year with the pullovers and then the handstand walking.
Oh my gosh,
Did you
I'd be
see that?
so down for that. The freaking free handstand push-ups,
Yeah,
too.
that with burpee box jump overs and double unders. Ugh. Catch me starting at bar.
What would your dream workout be, Stella?
Not that. Mine would
I don't
be.
think I'm gonna like yours either.
I know.
Probably
like,
not.
Taya's not gonna like yours, so give her something delicious.
Okay, let's think. Not a run. I hate running. Actually, I don't
here's
hate
what
it.
I want. Here's your dream workout. Are you ready? I know what it is. Are you ready?
Do you want me to
It's a
say
snatch
mine?
ladder with 5 barbells, and then you get done with that, and you do a clean and jerk ladder with 5 barbells, and then you do row for like 100 calories on the rower.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm
That's
sorry,
about
you
right.
would voluntarily do 100 calories on the rower?
Yes, I'm a very good rower. I like just figured that out this year.
I just figured it out.
I literally just figured out that I'm a good rower.
Well,
Someone
why
has
are
to,
you
like,
a good rower?
Program it.
My coach Griffin made me
Makes you row.
last year so much. I rode so much last year. Just over and over and
We
over.
almost got you a
Did you
boat.
not like rowing before? Have you like forced yourself to like it? Be good at it?
I think I like it because I'm good at it.
Okay.
If
That's
that makes sense.
really real.
That is real.
Yeah. I didn't like it in that semifinals workout though. That last 50 cals, no.
All right, so I see a pattern here. Tayah likes the things she's good at. You like the things you're good at. So it makes you human. But how do you deal with the stuff you're not good at? How do you attack those training days? Like, what do you mentally, Tayah, say to yourself when you have to do rowing and things you don't like?
I think two things. Either like I remember that like this is gonna make me better. Like I'm doing it and I'm like I'm doing this, so it's not gonna be something I don't want to do anymore. So it won't be a weakness anymore. Or a lot of times like I use motivation from like past stuff. Like in the games in 2023, the first event was a wall ball event and I completely blew up. Like I've hated wall balls. I'm short and small and like it was hot and I remember like barely finished that event and this whole year my warm-up has been like a 15-minute EMOM with wall balls.
Oh,
So
no.
What?
and I think but I didn't even care. Like you'd think it's horrible and it kind of is horrible, but every time like I do the wall balls I'm like I don't want that to happen again. Like I don't want to like let that movement get the best of me again. So I want to be able to go into a workout at the next competition and be like, I got this. I'm confident in it. So I think doing like that, like that's all that's in my head. I'm like, you don't want to feel that way again. You don't want that to happen again. You know.
Was that your idea or was that Michelle's idea to do
I
that
think I
before?
complained about wall balls a lot, and then that games event happened, and then I think Michelle decided that. I think she had mentioned to me that that's what she did. She's also a small and short athlete, and she had always hated wall balls. And I think she said she had put them in her warm up, and it had made a big difference. And I think that's just what we did
Forever.
forever.
That's a
and
really
ever
good
and ever and
idea.
ever.
Guess you're doing pullovers. If Griffin is listening to this, you're going to do pullovers
He's
every
probably
warm-up.
not.
Griffin, hello.
He's probably like building his deck right now, or like working on the
Griffin
grill.
sounds like an evil coach, just like Michelle. Just like,
Dude, I
Oh,
was
he
doing
does that. What is it? How does he stand? He stands like this,
this.
I think.
He enjoys my suffering in a workout.
Because they've
Yeah.
been there, right?
Yeah.
They know what you're doing. So they do enjoy
Yeah, it's
it.
nice. They understand. I feel like Michelle is so good at the like pre-competition talks because she gets it. She's like, like it's gonna hurt. You like doing hard things. Like people don't know people who don't do CrossFit and haven't experienced that like won't be able to say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we need another doggy picture? I've got
I
you.
gotta think.
We do.
I think we went through all of my questions. Hold up. We're gonna cut this part out.
I'm not
Yeah.
editing any of y'all going forward.
Girl. Okay, I have one. What are you Yes.
No.
What are your What are your favorite ways to recover?
I got an ice barrel from the games. They were literally every teen who competed in the 2023 games got a free barrel, even though I had to go to I'm in Canada, right? And I had to drive to the US border to pick it up. And then they charged me like $500 for it because they were like at the border. They're like, no, you can't bring this back. And then I had to show them the receipt. And even though it was $0, they're like, it's a gift. And so we got taxed on it, which was sad. But I got my ice barrel.
Ah.
And it's like right out there. And I used to be really bad with cold, but like now I just love it because I'm like, it just feels so good after. And so that's definitely like my thing. If I'm really sore, I'll jump in the ice barrel. And it seems really bad. Like I get it. Like I was that person, but it's honestly not bad. And it feels like, I don't know, like sometimes it's worse, but eventually like when you go in, like you kind of go numb, but it's like a good numb. And it's like, I don't know, it's really relaxing.
Y'all are all crazy. That's the pattern. The pattern is do wall balls because you suck at them until you hate them, and now we get an ice. Like I see a pattern. It's
Yes, you work out with no music, and then you get in an ice bath and freeze your tush off.
Yes.
How long do you stay in? Like 3 minutes?
I stay in usually like 5 to 8 minutes.
Oh.
I know. I started with like 10 seconds, but I've worked my way up. If I'm being honest.
I would dip my toes in and then say, I'm good. That's enough for today.
you'll be surprised though when you go to the games. Like, I mean, hopefully they have ice barrels for us. But like after some of those events, I remember I like went like in the ice barrel and I just went under and I like did not want to come out because it's so hot.
It actually won't be that hot in Michigan.
Is it less hot?
It can be though.
It wasn't. We went to the Pit Team Throwdown last year. It actually wasn't that hot. But I'm from Georgia, so
Yeah, and it can be because I wanted to ask Taya a question about Madison versus this year, but yeah, I mean that one event you guys did though
in
on
the
the
dirt.
field with the mud where you all got so dirty, y'all were cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel that hot. I was dirty. That's why I got in the bath. But it really wasn't that hot. So in September, it's not that bad.
I'm glad because I was shook last year in Madison. Like, literally, glad I didn't get heat stroke, but like I came here and it's like, literally like probably Madison's winter. And then I was like, damn, like the heat definitely like, oh, it's hard. Like running a 5K.
Stella, I feel like you're providing false information and YouTube's gonna
we're gonna be in that like hockey arena though.
Well,
oh, that's true.
But there's
the arena's not bad.
But then so Madison is like right across the street from Michigan, Their neighbor.
Yeah, but in September?
But wasn't it in August?
Madison is so hot in August.
Oh, that's true.
The games was August like 1st to 3rd.
Oh, you're right.
It's a whole month later this year, first of all. We have a whole extra month of games training, just saying.
Like
Yay. Okay, so how was it? How are you feeling about being in Madison last year and being in the Coliseum and going to be in the hockey arena this year? What are you thinking about that?
Honestly, for me, it was like perfect, like best thing ever because last year was my first year and I got to experience the whole shebang. Like I got to be on the floor with all the elites, like bumping into like Emma Lawson and Tia Toomey at like Whole Foods and like seeing them in the warm-up area, competing on the floor with them, having it just be like the top 10s, and getting all the noble stuff, getting all the like and seeing the Madison like arena where it's been and like where I've seen videos of the CrossFit games and stuff. So I think it was like awesome first year experience. But then this year I was like I said, gearing up for like a transition year, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna take 30 of you guys, so I have like a big chance, and we're gonna like put it in Michigan, and I think that like it couldn't have been a better time because I'm like, first of all, be able to see like meet more teams, which is awesome, have a chance to make it back and like a new venue, and I already got the like full experience, so I'm super happy, and I've heard like great things about like the pit teen hosts, and the only like thing I could complain about last year would be like the live stream or like some of the things like that, and I think the pit really has that covered.
Yeah,
so I think in that aspect, like it's only good.
Their live stream for the Pit Teen Throwdown was amazing last year. I mean,
it was
just
insane.
So amazing.
Oh, I mean, my family and like gym community will be very happy to hear that because I think a few people told me, they're like, we tried watching you and it was like looking at an ant in an ant field.
Yes.
No, it was so amazing. They had Brian Friend there, and another guy's name escapes me, but he's a CrossFit Games announcer, and I mean they had drones, and I mean it was so amazing. And they got cool. Stella's video of her trying to handstand walk 5 feet for like 100 minutes. Like she was featured, like everyone. They even said she looked like the Statue of Liberty.
Because I was just like standing there on my hands.
But that's a thing, like you came back and you were like, okay, I can't have
that's
that
not going to happen.
Again.
I don't really want to be the Statue of Liberty anymore.
Right.
It was fun for a second.
Yeah. Brian Friend was like, and there's Atwood looking like the Statue of Liberty. Oh, thank you very much.
You're making a name for yourself.
I mean, whatever.
Always.
Some way or the other.
Always.
Yeah. Always.
What was your...
Taya, what is like... Oh, go ahead, Stella. You're the host. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, producer mom.
This is the only time you're in charge ever. Just
Sorry.
kidding. You're always in charge. Oh my goodness.
What was your favorite event from last year at the games?
I placed highest in the run, and I had worked on running like the whole summer. Like I had done like 3 track sessions a week, like ran my little heart out. And when I ran at the games, like I paced that run perfectly. And like I did just what my coach had said. Like I started off slow and I finished like really fast. Like got ahead of a lot of the girls, and I think like that was definitely like a cool moment. But then also, oh, the gymnastics event was fun because I loved the gymnastics. But I think there was a very special moment in like the cardio in the Coliseum event because I don't love machines that much, but I had put like lots of work into them as well, and like the Echo bike, and I did like way better than I thought on that one. Like I think I was just about to finish it, so I was really happy at the end of that one too.
We can call you like running little Tayah now
Yes.
instead of lifting.
I would call
I'd be
her
down for that.
well-rounded little
I
Tayah.
know. You have grown so
Magical
much.
little Tayah is
Yeah.
what you should be. Magical.
Mhm.
So sweet.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we've done it. We did it, kids.
Yeah.
Nice job. Well done.
Episode 2?
Episode 2.
Two?
And you guys will get to see each other in real life here shortly.
Yes.
That will be cool.
Yeah. I've been following her on TikTok since what, 2020? I literally saw you start CrossFit.
I literally saw. I remember I followed you, and I didn't know. I literally thought you were literally my hero. I was like, this girl, like with her Instagram professional videos. I'm like, which is that you? Are you like in charge of the? You're in charge of the Instagram.
Meredith is.
Yeah.
Good job. She looks great out there. Honestly, I was like, oh my goodness. And then I remember I watched your little open vlogs before I did all my events and your quarterfinal vlogs. Literally before I did every event. Like on my first, I would watch them and I'm like, oh, okay, I got this. I guess that was my movie, my pre-workout movie.
Oh my gosh.
I am honored.
That's amazing.
Seriously. So
Awesome.
It's been just so cool to watch you grow into becoming this amazing beast of well-rounded CrossFit athlete. It's just been so cool.
Amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Well, best of luck on your training, and we will see you soon.
Yeah.
See you
in
soon.
Michigan.
92 days.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no code.